Here we go. Okay, hello everyone, and welcome back to another EU4 stream. This time we are doing a poll-selected one. The choice was between several, but the one that succeeded was This is Persia. Form Persia, own Egypt, Anatolia, and Greece as core provinces. So I've decided to start as a Jom here. There are several nations you can do it. Historically, Artabal up here did it. But it's an extraordinarily hard start. Extraordinarily. So we're going to try this. I've done the setup, raised some troops, set off an alliance to Uzbek, who also hates the Timurids. Raising troops, improving relations with the Ottomans. And we'll see how things go from here, I guess, because that's going to be the big thing, is surviving the initial Timurid War. If we survive the Timurid War, the biggest problem for us is then going to be converting all our lands to Sunni. We are, in fact, Sunni in a Shiite region. We could convert to Shia, but it does destabilize us. And although Shia is arguably a stronger religion for this start, I'm going to be invading a lot of Sunni lands, so it makes sense to keep my religion, deal with the internal unrest now rather than later. So let's get started. There we go. A gathering storm. Shah Rukh is living, but he's starting to die. So, of course, the Timurids have all their vassals, and some of them are now disloyal. So what we are going to do is ally them now, or support their independence. We can do Fars, we can do Afghanistan. Let's do Fars, and then we can do Afghanistan after that. So any war, basically, the poor Timurids are going to find that most of their subjects are no longer loyal, which is kind of the intent. As long as we survive the Timurids war, we're probably the strongest in the area outside of the Timurids themselves. The Quara Kornulu over here tend to get very destabilized and collapse because they're Shia ruling Sunni, like me, which is the other way around. You got your standard Sheikhdom equal government, or however you actually say it. And I'm going to be suffering casualties if I leave those two together. Basically, that's the start for now. There we go. We've completed build to force limit, which is going to be good. If we get attacked, I'm obviously going to pop that for the additional morale. If we get... So, well, we've got a lot of religious issues. I set up some conversion. I'm wondering if it might be... No, I don't have anyone to hire. We have 2 missions that we want to get. Stabilized to 2. That gives us claims on most of this area. And make our subjects loyal. And insult the Timurids, and that'll also build us up as well. So let's embargo them. Just be a little bit annoying. And embargo these guys. So obviously the long-term goal is kill the Ottomans and the Mamelukes. But that's going to be a while before we can do that. Quite a while. Shah Rukh has died. There we go. So the Timurids are extraordinarily weak at the moment. The point that basically none of their subjects will help them in a defensive war. So I could theoretically attack them, and the only one I'd be fighting is Nogai up here, basically. So it is now time to end my support for independence with these guys, because they will launch an independence war on their own, and we don't want to be involved with that. I just wanted to destabilize them early. We have a new heir. I don't want to help you, Fars, because what I want to have happen is them to revolt, gain their independence, and while they're gaining their independence, I do want to invade. I don't think I have... Yeah, I don't have any claims on the lands yet. Ooh. That is really good. Local fortifications already at the start of the game. I'll take it. Another one up there likes us. Hormuz wants an alliance. Sure. They're going to be competing with me for the region, but for now, they'll be a good ally. It's ours and always will be. Afghanistan has declared war on the Timurids, so we need to get a claim, because it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to get this anytime soon. Or that anytime soon. Yeah. Okay, well, we'll let them try and survive their subject war, and hopefully we can get an invasion going around the same time. Keeping an eye, of course, on any opportunity to ally the Ottomans early on. Allying the Ottomans has got to be one of my early game goals, just because the Ottomans are ridiculous. Plus, by allying them, I can keep dragging them into wars, which should prevent them from conquering the Mamluks, at least for as long as possible. Hate wasting that stability. Unfortunately, I've got a lot of internal instability at the start, but so it goes. There we go. One converted. If I get lucky, no guy up here will get tired in whatever war they're getting dragged into. There we go. So we are going to launch this war now. And unfortunately, I'm only going to be able to do... Oh, wait. I'm not going to be able to get that province. That's the problem. We'll declare war anyway, actually. I don't think we're going to get it, because the AI's already occupied it, but... Yeah. Still, we have a war going, which means we can now invade and occupy stuff, which is really what we want. I don't care immensely what I get out of this war. I just need land. Nope. Okay. That. Yeah, I'm not at war with these guys, thankfully. Obviously, the Timurids are doomed. It's not like there's going to be a real shock there that the Timurids are going to die. But any weakness of the Timurids is a chance for me to pick up lands. And I'm hoping, if I can occupy certain provinces, that once the Timurid war's over, I can quickly snag even more land. So let's do neighbors. And still... Oh, we would be able to ally the Ottomans if we weren't at war, which is fair. Okay. So we've got a potential occupation on 4 provinces. There's no guy's army. And the Timurids army. Interestingly, they're going after me. The AI and their obsession with human players, I guess. Yeah, they're going hard after me. That's hilarious. I really should not be your priority right now. Yeah, let's get a morale guy going. Got a good heir, reasonably good ruler. Good start. Ooh, I'm wondering if I'm going to be able to catch him into marching onto my fort. No. Yep, looks like I will. There we go. Easy victory. Wiped out the whole Timurid army. Obviously, no guy does not want to leave, but that's I don't care that much. If we're really lucky here, there we go. It happened. It happened the way I wanted it to, too. Good. So, Khorasan and Nogai are both in this war, but we managed to... now we can actually get the war goal. And they're getting beaten up in another war, which is even better. We do have a subject, which is nice. Or we actually have 2 subjects, I believe. Yes, Luristan and Ardalan. Hopefully they will do most of the occupation for me. Make this a little bit easier. No, this is my siege general. I sent the wrong one up there. Good, there we go. Oops. Apparently I need both armies there at the moment. They're gonna reoccupy the war goal. That's annoying. Oh well. At some point I'll get it back. I want to get this fort first. That'll cement my northern border a bit. Ah, even better. Rebel self-destructed. Can't say I'm not happy about that. Take the penalty. Getting manpower is going to be a problem since I don't have any drill. Okay. If we can get... Actually, wait, I can do this, which then allows us to complete that. Unfortunately, all those claims are over there, which is a problem. Probably should not have done that. Not the end of the world. No guy still is staying in the war. Wow. Okay. We can probably take a good amount of land, actually. Oh yeah, I don't want to peace out yet. We can easily get more land. Alright, now Guy is almost out. We just wait now. As long as my army isn't starving, standing around. There. Stabilization has started. Hilarious part is I can take basically all this before any coalition starts. And we want to take as much as we can get. Timurids are no longer a great power, which is, I guess, good. I suspected that revolt was going to happen. Could be... Ow, that was a painful win, actually. I thought that would be easier. It must be a mountain. Oh, yeah. That's why it hurt. We could peace out you. 59 now. That's a 91. Almost. Just a little bit more. We're not going to completely double the size of our country, but we're going to get pretty close, I'd say. Ah, there we go. We can get peace. Actually, I really want one more province. But Greed is ever the downfall of great empires in this game, so we'll take what we can get and leave it there. So, Ajam is now easily the largest and most powerful nation in the region, which is as I intended it to be. Probably going to have to raise autonomy, though. I could try and repress the rebels. That would give me a better start, wouldn't it? That actually surprisingly stabilized our empire, because we got 4 provinces of our religion, which we did not have before. These guys are my rivals, but I was just able to do a royal marriage with them. Hilarious. Okay, you come back to capital and drill. Well, we almost doubled the, almost increased our nation by 50%. Keeping a hold of it, though, is going to be a little bit harder. Do clerical advisory count? Oh, I can just give them monopolies. I didn't realize I could give them monopolies. That'll make life easier. Want to get obviously above 50 on those estates, then I can increase my crown lend. Never dishonor the legacy of our ancestors. Yeah, we're gonna stick with Persian culture. Is the one being okay, it is. Thankfully, Ajam starts with a abnormally high amount of land controlled by your nobility, the emirs. You basically have the clergy and the merchants control virtually nothing, which is extraordinarily bizarre for a nation, but it did give me the nice benefit of getting like 11% more manpower or more. Ottomans. Allied. There we go. Almost forgot that. That would have been stupid, wouldn't it? The other thing we really do need is some Diplo power to embrace cultures as we expand. Thankfully, right now, all our conquests were basically Persian or Khorasani, so. Renaissance is here. Rebels are on their way. Oh. I can probably hire somebody. Actually, there's no one I really want to hire. This event. Axe, I guess. Can't afford to. I can't afford to annoy my nobles right now. Almost rebuilt our army. Now we've got cash, even better. That's our capital, actually. Cool. Let's develop this. I think I have to get to 15, right? Oh no, it's already developed. Oh, it's Tehran up here. I've got to get to 15. I don't want to do that until it's the right religion. You're not the right religion either. Okay. Although, theoretically, it doesn't say I have to stay Muslim to form Persia, does it? I theoretically could try and flip to Zoroastrian and then do it, but that sounds like too much work. Can, however, increase trade income. Persia is actually a really good nation for trade. This area of the Middle East. Silk Road stuff. You've got a lot of centers of trade in Persia, which help quite a bit. Obviously, I want to try and finish off the Timurids and get as much of their land as possible, so I've got to remember to attack when this truce runs out in 10 years. The other option is I go after the QQ over here, but obviously I'm not ready for that yet. Plus I want favors with the Ottomans. We want to start using the Ottomans to fight every war. Oh, wait, I can't. Oh, I can't. I don't have enough development. Fair enough. Oh, wow. We got another refortification expert. And that's actually a good one to fortify. Controls that whole pass. Theoretically could take these guys out, but I don't feel the need to. The one weakness of Persia tends to be manpower, so we're obviously going to take 15% more. Every game I've ever played as Persia, I always run out of manpower. All the time. All the time. Real pain. Okay. That should be everything under control. Ooh. There we go. Embrace that. That should stabilize things a bit. Once our capital is converted, right? Our capital is not a center of trade. Oh, I guess I should make Isfahan, or however you say it, down here, my Renaissance development land, but it is a mountain, which is... So actually, maybe let's do Tehran. That's less developed, right? We'll do Tehran. Once this is... Actually, wait. Cancel that. We want to convert Tehran, then. Once Tehran is stabilized, then we can pour all our resources into it. Oh. Culture convert randomly. But free development too, so. As always, tough call. Okay. Gonna offend the priests, the heretics in our land, I guess. The Domini or whatever. But we should then close enough to grant a privilege soon. Yeah. Work. Oh, that's not gonna work though. Another rebel group popped up on the same fort. That's unfortunate. Let's group them together, I guess. Next month, okay. Sadly, Golstan is not on a mountain, so we don't get that defense. That should be the last major revolt, right? Oh no, we got one more after this one. And that is assuming we don't have any religious revolts as well. Okay, almost converted. Ottomans basically killed the Byzantines. That's a good start for them. Yeah, let's hire tax guy. I don't think we have gold in Persia, do we? No. Unfortunately, we do not. I hate this song. There we go. There we go. Okay, time to start getting the Renaissance. Right? No, not yet. Gotta wait 2 years here to convert. Then we'll get the Renaissance. Then we have the problem of falling way behind in tech, but I can deal with that. Hello, I'm doing quite well. Trying to do this is Persia. I should probably actually put that as the title of this video. Stream thing. There we go. Problem solved. That should stop any issues. Yeah. Okay, once this is done, this will have converted this whole region, and then I can switch it to development. I just want to try and save as much cash as possible. Oh, I can also... yeah, upgrade this once I put it into it. Okay. I gotta put one... I gotta swap to increase development, put 1 point in Tehran, then develop the building, which means I need 200 gold, or the center of trade, and then invest the rest. Ugh. All in 4 years before I have to start the next war with the Timurids. Yeah, okay. Cool thing is we're going to get both Uzbek and Hormuz to help us in any future wars. All good things. Really want this one. Or this one. Actually, I can insult the Timurids now, can't I? And insults. There we go. Now I got claims. Right. And they're permanent ones. Even better. Yes. We'll do that, wherever that is. Oh, right here. Enforce religious unity. Encourage development. Okay. A Diplo point there. We still don't have enough money, so I'm going to wait till we have enough money. Let's see what agenda we got. Oh, they just want increased autonomy. Yeah. I've played Civ 6. I find Civ 6 sadly inferior to EU4. Although, to be fair, EU4 got really broken this year. I think Civ 6 is really good if you've got friends to play with and people to play with consistently, and I just don't have a consistent group of people to play with. And beating the AI only gets so exciting in Civ 6 because there's so many ways to win. Civ 6 AI is honestly worse than the EU4 one. But yeah, I like Civ 6. Hoping to play with one of my friends, but I mean, I only have one friend who can really do recordings. So. Yeah, might do something with them in a week or so. But for now, EU4. Actually, increase trust. I gotta make sure I get almost 100 trust with the Ottomans. After this next Timurid war, we're gonna start going west rather than east, because I gotta beat them to the Mamluks' lands. If they get the Mamluks' lands before I do, they're gonna be nigh on unstoppable. Really want to take the tech, but come on. One more point. There we go. Now we can develop this. So, tax first. And production. Yeah. Halfway there. More importantly, we have a 29 development province. I can seize more land. Maybe a particulars revolt, obviously. Always is the case. Isn't this? No, it's this area. Not particularly fast conversion, but might as well go region by region at this point. How many more troops do I need? 5 more troops in that army, okay. Sure, I'll help you, Ottomans. Don't expect me to do anything, though. Literally just going to leave one diplomat currying favors with the Ottomans for most of the game. Solves so many problems. Nope, okay, we're good there. Okay, we got over 5 professionalism, so that's a very good start. Ooh. Okay, I can live with that air, I guess. 7 air. Ah, no, I can't live with that air. Not because also because I'm Muslim, so I get the higher air chance, which is amazing. I am being invaded. I don't care. I only care if they start actually taking this. Did not mean to revoke that monopoly. Now I can rebase my army to Tehran, which is good. Same air, basically. Yuck. Probably should not do that while at war. I really want to start the next war. We would heavily outnumber them, right? Yeah, we're going to heavily outnumber them, so I will launch this war. The issue is Hormuz wants land here. So I just got to remember not to give that land to them. The Ottomans should win that war pretty quickly, and then... Oh, actually, I can also fight these guys, too. How are we on aggressive? Oh, we have no aggressive expansion. Perfect. Sometimes aim is generous. Exactly where we want to be right now. Only thing that could be better is them not getting my capital. Which I may actually have to worry about. Got favors out of that. Lovely. Get some soldiers. Ugh. Not good if they get my capital. They're gonna get my capital. Darn. Okay, no guy should be out of the war, though. Yeah, that helps. Yeah, we're gonna lose our capital. We'll retake it, though. It's not a big issue. Almost got the Renaissance as well. That was inevitable. Really like to be able to get down here and save Hormuz from having to give up land, but... Oh my gosh, that fort does not want to fall, does it? Oh, cheaper development costs. Should have taken out earlier. Bit late now. There we go. Can't even get there. Okay. Provinces are just randomly converting to Uzbek for me. I'm just gonna convert them back. So they converted, right? And they get me 1 tax. And then to convert it back is 26 Diplo power. So basically I got a tax for Diplo power. So in the rate of exchange, that's pretty good actually. Can't get to these guys. It's unfortunate. Oh, I could get rid of these guys. I should probably do that. Basically, everyone I'm at war with is not the Timurids. Funny. Oh yeah, it's not hard at all. That's what I'm doing. You seem to think I'm not able to beat the Timurids. I am beating the Timurids with ease. Super easy. I've just got to wait here, really, till my ally gets me enough war score. And I peace out these guys. And we have Renaissance next month. There we go. Renaissance is in our lands. Hey, we can actually just outright embrace it. Cool. Nice. Now, store up monarch points and get our first idea group going, and then we'll be in great shape. I don't think I have any land. Oh, I can get 1 core from these guys. So we'll definitely do a core return. Come on, just take the fort already. There we go. I don't think I can vassalize them now. Go. I also pillaged them. Okay. I didn't really need to pillage them, but I'll certainly take it. What I want is this, really. How much more can I get? Safely, of course. The goal is always safely. I can get a lot more. Just can't get down there. No idea where that army's going. Okay. Not get me any closer. Nope. I may have to just settle for this for now. That's okay. Well, actually, I could wait a little bit longer. We're getting occupied by somebody else now in a war. There we go. We're not really in any rush to win this war either. Like, the longer it takes, I'm fine with that. There we go. Yeah, it's too expensive. Let's just take that. Some cash if we can get it. There we go. We've basically just replaced the Timurids. It's the goal. Okay. Back to Tehran. Timurids no longer a valid rival. Awesome. These guys are an interesting one. They still have the alliance of all the Timurid miners with them, so I gotta be careful of them. In some ways I got super lucky that I got Hormuz from my ally piecing out of the war without me having to. It gave me a lot of land. And a good piece of land at that. Okay. Let's build up a larger army if we can. Still want to trigger this prepare for war 1, which will give me missions, I think, to go west. Could already kind of go west. The problem is obviously the Ottomans would not help me at the moment. Victory. Okay. I'd say we're in a pretty good position right here. More importantly, our little subject down here just got a little bit stronger, which is always useful. Do they have any missions? I don't think so. Nope. Would have been too much to ask for them to have a wonderful mission, I suppose. Not sure why you were revolting there, but... oh well. Revolts are inevitable, especially when you're not raising autonomy. I think you start with 92 development as these guys. We're at 220 in 26 years, or less. Yeah. Good start. Oh yes, I can grant a privilege. Let's do that. Choose that. In particularist, they'll get crushed immediately. I can actually grant the other privilege too. Perfect. So we just got +2 more Monarch Parth a month almost, especially if I do a little bit here. Somehow I'm below it. Fine. There we go. Problem solved. I do want to fire my air again though. Bars is rapid. That's kind of stupid of you, but whatever. Not like they can really hope to fight me Fars on their own, although they do have quite a few allies. This guy's cruel, so I can't rely on him necessarily to help me in a war, which is unfortunate. There we go. I believe that was the one I need for the mission too. Good. We've basically stabilized the Persian area at this point. Minus, of course, a few conversions still to go. What is with the game and 7 errors at this point? That's 3 7 errors in a row. It's unacceptable, game. Unacceptable. Three more revolts, or 4 more revolts to go total, and then we're done. Revolts. I'd hardly wait, honestly. Yeah, don't march all the way back losing troops. Just squash them. There we go. Okay, that should subdue 2 rebel groups left. Cheaper missionary. Conversion advisor, I guess, technically. Got 1 rebel group left. 2, actually, if I get unlucky. No more cultures to embrace at the moment. No, I guess I just sit and take it easy for a little bit. Let the AE tick down and catch up in tech. I gotta get better admin. The fights over the remains of the Timurids are starting. The Timurids are doomed. Yeah. At least in terms of mill tech, we're keeping up, right? I can handle being behind in admin a bit. Timurids no longer valid rivals again. What a shock. They're never valid rivals. Okay. Ottomans are not expanding at the moment. I could launch this war and use the Ottomans, but what's my 24, 30 something? Yeah, let's launch this war, call in the Ottomans, and probably just sit it out, right? Or wait, what do I need for the mission? Army and manpower. That's going to be a while. Yeah, let's launch it though. We could at least pick up a handful of provinces at minimum. And then I can always fight wars for the rest later. Plus it would beat up Fars down here, and it would beat up someone else, these guys. Yeah, let's do that. Here come the Ottomans, everyone. Really, another... Oh, that's not good though. Free development, but I should not have taken that conversion, actually. Oh. They suppressed my rebels for me. Problem solved. I don't think I'm going to actually deploy any troops this war. Assuming the Ottomans can find some way to get to me, which would be a problem, actually. There we go. That solves it. We'll get military access through Georgia. The Ottomans will pour through that way. Oh, the Ottomans already had made it. I don't need access through Georgia. Never mind. Free land, right? I barely have to do anything. Just sit back and let the Ottomans do their thing. I would be drilling this army, but it'd be a little too risky. Though I could put a fort here. Right. Actually, I don't want that fort there. I want that fort here. Yeah, that creates this little area that's protected by forts. So I can drill once it's complete. I can drill while my country's at war. Gotta prioritize the important stuff, right? Inability to be conquered while drilling. Our land's going to be totally overrun, but a fair price to pay for land. Wait, Ardalan is... Oh, Ardalan... Where the heck are they? Oh, that's my guy. Where in the heck are Ardalan? But not realizing, of course, Ardalan is my subject. Can't say I'm too impressed by the Ottomans' fighting tactics here. And we want monthly autonomy reduction. That's going to be the best thing for some nation that's going to be doing a lot of conquering, obviously. I may actually deploy my army to take this fort, since the Ottomans are just running in circles at the moment. Yeah, the Ottomans seem to be struggling with how to catch an army that's marching around a mountain chain. It happens, I suppose. Thankfully, they're doing all the work. Oops. Relation between us and a different one becomes hate. Good. The Ottomans can't even siege down a one fort nation at the moment. Kind of pathetic. We're basically going to take defensive ideas as our first idea group. For anybody who might be curious. I want the morale and, more importantly, the attrition reduction. There's a lot of attrition in these desert provinces. There we go. Okay, I want this, and that ideally. That would be too much, though. Don't really want your capital. Actually, that will work. Yeah. Cutting them off. Do the old surround and conquer later. Strat. Always a powerful one. Leaves me free to come back and pick up the development at my leisure. Hey, the Ottomans finally caught that one army. Good. Should probably do nations angry with me. Come on. Okay, there we go. Ottomans finally caught that army, so the war is basically done. They shouldn't... Yeah, they're not going to be able to rebuild fully from that defeat. It's basically over at this point. The question is, do I want this land up here, or do I want to leave it with them? And I am honestly tempted to take it, but it'd probably cause trouble. Another hates. Usually that goes the other way. Someday I'll take this fort. There we go. All done. We'll take this army out. That should be victory completely on that front. I can't even take it all even if I wanted. I could get one though. Slowly just start pitting them into a smaller and smaller area until I'm ready to take it all. Okay. We want basically that to be given away. Of course, how we do it is important. Do it that way, risking a small coalition. Yeah, that's worth it. Just have to keep an eye on Ardalan now that they own a lot of land. Basically just gave them all the Kurdish land back, or a good chunk of it. We're about the same size as Russia, although they're technologically behind. Have you got any money for me, Ottomans? No, but you do have trust and you do have soldiers. Both of which I will happily steal from you. The best part about that last war is that all it cost me was Diplo power. Everything else was admin and went to my subject. There we go. Offensive idea. Might as well be sitting on like 40% fort defense and stuff if I can get it. I need that morale sooner rather than later. Timurids are basically gone. I could theoretically vassalize them and start refeeding them their land rather than taking it myself. That might be a possibility. Should though seize land. Oh darn. That's unfortunate. They revolted on top of my drilling army. Of all the provinces, the drilling army is the one that got them. Crazy. Back we go, I suppose. 95 trust with the Ottoman. Good. Unfortunately, they've taken one of the Mamluks' provinces, which means more conquests are soon to be on their way. It's not great. I seem relatively unable to rebuild my manpower. It's consistently an issue. Why do that? Prestige, which is enough for me to fire the heir. Murphy's Law? Yeah, Murphy's Law at it again. It's amazing how much Murphy has affected over the years with his law. At least the other army didn't revolt on my other drilling army. I suppose that could have been worse. But still, that is unlucky. Okay. There's some more cash. Good of you, game, to give me more money. Yeah, small silver lining. Ooh. Hosting tournament or drilling? They hosting it because we need to rebuild manpower. I can't get cannon yet. Next tech. Yeah. There we go. That should be. And I need one more. I need 1,000 more manpower. And then we need to rebuild. And obviously that's not gonna happen. Because we just had a revolt. The endless struggle to rebuild my manpower continues. Well, despite having to develop a province to almost 40 development, we've caught up in tech again. Almost. Not exactly there, you know, we're still one behind, but we're not 4 or 5 behind like we could have been. Are you gonna revolt on this island again? You are. Oh, well. Slowly, as everything gets converted, the revolts will go down. Stability, though. The rebel repression will continue until loyalty increases. I think that's the rule here. Got these two down here, and then I think that's, other than Golistan up here, we're done with our conversion efforts for the time being. Then we got to do our subjects, who are Sunni as well, but that's a little bit easier. All that land my subjects seized is all loyal. Isn't that lovely? They had 8 development. How much did they have now? 54. Wow. I give them a lot. And I'm going to expect it annexed back into my lands pretty soon. Beat them down, that's what I just did. Wasn't that hard of a conquest, really. I just wish there was a privilege I could give the Domini here. Or however you're supposed to say it, that would actually, you know, increase their loyalty without giving them, like, giving me penalties. I suppose I could give them this one, right? Yeah, I guess yeah, I'll give them one. I can afford a 5% penalty. 60 and 61. And that would keep them at 42. Yeah, I'll do that. Just wish there was more. I wish I could get them to almost 50% loyalty without giving them autonomy. The autonomy in their province is the issue. Even if I can reduce it. Okay, we gotta get to 15,000 at least. You died. 16,000 manpower, and then we should get a mission that allows us to do... It says prepare for war, which would be nice. Really, the game just wants me to go west, basically. I already control almost everything I need there. Oops. I guess I should fabricate my own claims and keep going this way since I don't have missions. Okay, which one can I form Persia? Oh. I need that province. Okay, so I guess it would have been worth taking it last. That's a terrible error. Game, what are you doing to me? Absolutely terrible. I don't know if that was actually the AI bonus. They increased autonomy. It was of their religion and culture. I think that's why they don't have any rebels. I mean, I'm fine with it. I just need to conquer these guys when this truce expires. Problem is their allies. Actually, I could fabricate on the AQ up north here, can't I? Decisions, decisions, decisions. And then there's these guys who are kind of just an annoyance on my border. 7 gold from trade, not bad this early on. I want to make sure I upgrade the centers of trade I capture because Persia is rich. Then the AQ. Yeah, this is a pretty good vassal. Like, if they even started to get rebellious, I'd just give them march status. Although they have no troops. Are they broke? They are. Nope. These guys, 260 in debt. Wow. No wonder they don't have an army either. I've bankrupted both my subjects. There we go. Now they got some troops. Much better. The goal is to get as much of this area before the Ottomans arrive. Oh wow, look at that. Isin Kefa is doing well. Good for you. I just got the achievement as them recently. Ooh. I can vassalize them. They're going to be... I don't know why the heck they're willing to be my vassal, but Yes, please. If I can just vassalize... Oh, because I border them through my subject. Interesting. Ducats, then trust. Set you up to improve relations. Serfdom. Yeah, I know you don't want to continue to be a rival. That should be max trust on the Ottomans. The Q no longer a valid rival. Fair enough. Embargo. Can't vassalize these guys, unfortunately. Persia really, I don't know, well, I don't know my history of the Persian region. It does not have a lot of development, oddly enough. Other than the one I developed, like 12 is the highest, 10 and 11 is the highest development, because this is all desert. A lot of their population's around the Zagros Mountains right here. I think that holds true to today, because they need the water. It's all about the water in this area. Those who have it prosper, those who don't have problems. Wow. This is going to be really lucky getting another subject here. We're basically free. Some odd gold, I guess, technically, but the problem with Persia in this game is definitely manpower. It's always been manpower, and it probably always will be manpower. Oh, actually, you know what? These guys are gonna have claims, right? Oh, the claims are up on these lands. Allied to the Ottomans. Subject, not allied to the Ottomans, but I don't have favors. I shouldn't do that. I need to go after these guys, I think. Can't yet, okay. I can go after these guys, who would call in those guys. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to war with these guys to our south. And use them to get those provinces given to them. Or actually, I might, I don't know. They're both Kurdish nations. So I'll give it to one of my subjects, I suppose. Shouldn't make much difference, really, which subject I give it to. The key, though, is I need to take one of these two provinces when I go to war with the QQ. Fort defense and increased maneuver. The other thing I think I'm going to do is take admin ideas. Oh, yeah. I heard there, I saw that there was a really good mod that just came out for Imperator. I might have to play that. I haven't touched it yet, but Invictus, I think it was. We would some people would say it Invictus, but it's Invictus. Attempting, as far as I could understand, to carry on the Imperator development. You really need the game developers developing a game actively to have it grow. Plus, like, 200 government reforms this game. No problem. Well, I suppose it's only increasing as I become more stable. Also, can we point out the fact that I've gotten, like, Inquisitors, like, four in a row now for advisors, which normally I struggle to get them. very lucky for me. I guess I should check it out then. I just saw it today on the Discord. That even exists, which... I'm surprised I haven't heard about it yet, but... it happens. Subjects, probably. It's a lot of gold. Any missions I'm gonna be able to get done for you? Not really. I guess it makes no sense to give these guys stuff, even though they are a much better subject. Maybe it's worth giving them stuff. They've got cheaper core creation costs, so I guess it's more efficient. Come on, game. Take the fort. That fort should not have lasted as long as it did. Let's see, how much is that going to get me? Oh, not much at all. There we go. Subject feeding is the way to go. Actually, I don't even need to fight that battle, do I? Be cheaper. No, it wouldn't be cheaper to go that way. I'm just trying to figure out what the cheapest grab of land is. Not a lot. Okay. It's now attacked the QQ, but the Ottomans... Oh, I haven't been currying favors. That would explain it. Gotta be currying favors with the Ottomans at all times. You know, we look about the same size as the Ottomans, but the fact is, they got way more developed than we do. Oh, they don't have any debt. They have debt. These guys must have gone bankrupt. Yeah, they did. Oh. Rebels everywhere. Might be time to annex these guys, in all honesty. They're not contributing much, and now they're... Well, the developers may come back to Imperator at some point, they said, but I have severe doubts, like most people. Can't develop that yet. But you never know. We can hope they come back to it. It was just starting to get good. I think it was like the first of their next gen games in some ways. They're taking some of the ideas from it and adding it to... I think they're adding it to EU4, or they there was something that they took directly from Imperator they're adding to either EU4 or CK2 or CK3. I knew what it was, I just can't remember now. I could do that, or I could do that. Still can't call on the Ottomans yet. I really want to make the line between me and the Ottomans right here, but not going to be easy. Oh wait, I can attack these guys. Because the mission, duh. There we go. Problem solved. I'm going to be able to invade these guys here, and that should get me over to Egypt. Although I am going to have to deploy troops. That's what I'm going to do. Yeah, I'll jump the QQ here because they're pretty isolated now. Take out these guys and then use that to get to Egypt. Hopefully I can get this land at some point. The other thing I got to do is start using the money I'm making to invest in manufactories, because that's going to be where the real wealth of Persia comes into play. Well, it's per the achievement I need to get Egypt and Greece and Anatolia. So basically I have to kill the Mamelukes and then kill the Ottomans to get this achievement. So as you can imagine, lots of war. That's why I picked it. I thought this would be a really good achievement to do a stream on. I know I can do it. I got really close before I gave up. You do a patch update. There we go. That should take you out. Ah, I want that land. I'll risk it. Yeah, it's not that bad. Once you get used to killing the Ottomans, they're a pain to fight, but they're beatable. They're most definitely beatable. They're just annoying more than actual challenge. They always have manpower. Every war against them is always a struggle. But in terms of actual danger, unless they go like defensive and offensive ideas to start, and they went offensive, so they'll be a little harder. They're not overly dangerous. Gotta get rid of that guy soon. My ruler's getting old. I need a new heir. Something that's above 7, please, game. I've spent, what, like 200 development firing heirs already? Please give me something good for 200 monarch points. Or prestige, rather. That fort finally fell. These guys are peaceable as well. There we go. Okay, I don't want anything from you. Well, I'll take the money, I guess. This one, that's more interesting. Give that to my subject, obviously. And then I really just need one province. Seems a bit silly just to take one province, but as long as it gets me bordering the Mamelukes here, because now I can fabricate on the Mamelukes and then attack them. Oh wait, I don't even need to fabricate on the Mamelukes, I guess, because my subject already has claims on it. There we go. I just gotta get out of their lands. And make sure they're not super strong. Nope, they're weak. Good. Invasion time. So this is what the big things here is. I gotta make sure I get these coastal provinces in the peace deal. All without getting a large enough coalition outside here to kill me. There could be a pretty large coalition against me, actually. Yep. a concern. Who technically formed that? QQ. That might be the smart move here. Yeah, that's the smart move. Double stack the wars. More importantly, I don't think I'll take much, but it prevents a large coalition. Remember, I don't need much of this, much land here. I just need to take 2 provinces, or 3 actually. 3 would be ideal. Problem is if the Ottomans decide they want that. So once I've occupied that, let's go back and save my capital. What ideas have I taken? Just defensive ideas. Well, if I can get Egypt before the Ottomans do, it kind of cripples them for the whole game. The Ottomans are legitimately strong, but they don't become a super threat until they take Egypt, at which point all bets are off. So as long as I don't let them get Egypt by doing what I'm doing here, because this is the war goal, I should get it. If I can get these 3, then I cut them off from being able to easy fabricate claims, which means I can, by and large, just wait them out. Conquer into India, which my missions want me to do anyway. Let them break invading Europe, and then take them out later. I've got a plan, it just is a matter of executing it. All while not dying to a coalition or having the Ottomans backstab me. That could be the tricky part. The Ottomans should be able to beat up the Mamelukes, but actually they're on par. What's going on? Weird. Okay, tech up. We're gonna go admin ideas for the cheaper coring. We can piece out these guys and get Shiraz down here. I'll be fine. I don't feel the need to conquer anymore the QQ. Unfortunately, the Ottomans did not hold my gains. They kind of backed off. For some reason, the Ottomans decided the QQ is a real threat. Probably because I promised them land. They're a pain regardless, the Ottomans. They're just not a huge threat. The real issue here is the fact that the Mamelukes are training more and more troops, and the Ottomans are not beating them back. It is slightly concerning. I suppose we're going after the other war first, and then we'll double back. This kind of feels a little bit wrong to go this way about it. Slacken recruitment standards. This is a war for our survival. After this, it should become much easier. I should be able to form Persia. Once I form Persia, Persia's much stronger of a nation. I get all the Persian missions, which honestly is probably over the land I've already conquered. So in that sense, it was a bit of a waste. I want that land. Yeah, I'll take it. I'll trap them in make them a 1-province minor. Hopefully that doesn't cause a death coalition. You'd think 14 development would not be such a huge amount of AE, but I guess it is. Timurids are a joke, thankfully. Come on, Ottomans. You've got time, you've got power. I know you can do this. I just need to get that province, and I'm happy to leave this war. Problem is, I can't myself. I don't think I can directly fight the Mamelukes easily. I might be able to, you know, pull out a white piece, but I actually want to win, which is harder. Another seed, another fort. Hey, 555 air. Although, I don't know if I should trust someone named Jafar. Jafar Timurid. I have seen Aladdin a couple times. I know how this ends. Yeah, coalitions, unless you manage it well. That's why I attacked into the coalition. That's the secret to dealing with coalitions. If you can attack them before they attack you, you don't have as hard of a time getting peace. Just need the Ottomans. See, here's the issue. The Ottomans have said, I deserve this land in Syria, so I'm gonna have to wait till the Ottomans peace out. Because they've done more war score than me. What a pain. Just need one province from the AQ war. 14% chance. Once we get them out, the AQ war's over, we can easily push back, I think. Go. Now the problem is that should allow the Ottomans to, yeah, complete a mission. Hopefully that doesn't come back to bite me. I really should just white piece those guys out. On 49. What does it take to get one? It's not usually their largest player that, like, the largest player that tends to form the coalition. I found it tends to be a minor one a lot of the time. It's really kind of bizarre. There we go. I just want that. That's a death coalition. Oh my gosh, that's not good. Oh, that's not good at all. All I want is one province. How's the... Oh, it's 22 development. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, maybe I just cut and run at this point. I could get 2 provinces. Yeah, I guess that's it. I just get 2. It's not ideal. Really not ideal. I mean, it's land I'm going to need anyway, but I'd prefer to being able to form Persia. Mole. Oh, I have to take... I should have taken that. Okay, well, it's time to push back the Mamelukes, if possible. And more importantly, I need some war score here, so that the Ottomans actually give me the lands. The other strategy I could do is, quite honestly, just sit back until the Ottomans lose interest in the war and then swoop in and take it, but... I can get above 50 war score. They should at least give me the war goal. Yeah, you get less aggressive expansion against large nations, so the small ones tend to form the coalition, and that's really the ideal ones you attack, because The large ones, unless they would attack you regardless of the coalition. They can fight you easily. So if you pick them off, you have a much better shot, I found. Ooh, this is good. This is good. Anyone see what's going on in Syria? The Mamelukes are reoccupying. Darn. Maybe it's because I was moving my troops. I stopped moving my troops. Nope, too late. Darn. Up to 31% of the war score. I don't take it. It's useful for large stuff, but the goal is to grow so large coalitions have no bearing on you, and then you just attack in the coalitions. If you haven't seen it, watch the end of my Russia Let's Play on the Emperor patch. By the end, coalition in AE is just a number. I'm just literally soloing coalitions. I mean, it's absolute pain, but that's mass conquest for you. Okay, you there. I really just want that one thing. Hello, cat. My cat has just arrived. Yes, do you want attention? I'm streaming at the moment, kitty. Yep, there she is. Hello, darling. You know I can't pet you right now. She's trying to sit in front of my screen. To be fair, diplomatic ideas is not bad, especially if you're playing a nation that, especially Christian in the HRE. Austria, Saxony, sometimes Bohemia if you're staying Catholic. Those are nations that it's by all means worth taking Diplo ideas first. It does help. If you really want to reduce aggressive expansion more, actually taking humanist ideas does a pretty good job. This humanist ideas gives you plus 30 improved relations, and one of their combinations gets you more. Which is it? Diplomatic combined with humanist. You can get some insane AE reduction out of it. Very powerful. Will you please just give me the war goal already, Ottomans? This is what I was afraid of. The Ottomans are getting greedy. That's what I was afraid of. Well, I'm just gonna have to sit this out, really. Let the AE tick, the unrest tick up. Because I don't think I can get anything else. Unfortunate. Stupid ones. No, Cat's not on my keyboard. She's just sitting right in front of me. Looking at me with those big kitty eyes saying, "Pet me." Yes, you are a very beautiful cat. Definitely a beautiful cat. Don't get all riled up now. There we go. She's settling down. I literally have a chair next to me for the sole purpose of letting her sit in it when I record. It's just a matter of getting her to settle down. I think I can take anything else. No. I'm gonna literally have to wait until the Ottomans want to leave this war. It's gonna be a pain. On the other hand, this is sure to devastate the Mamelukes. I just gotta outlast the Ottomans' war desire, which is declining as we speak. Let them take everything, then let them peace out, and then I just reoccupy the last handful of provinces if I'm lucky. The problem is the inevitable rebels I'm gonna get. And converted, yay, there we go. That should not necessarily stop the rebels, but should slow them down. And then if I raise autonomy, there we go. Problem solved. We'd be impressed by the fact the Mamelukes have still managed to keep 23,000 troops intact. I mean, their entire country is overrun, and they have a functioning army. It's quite impressive, to my mind. I actually don't want to go back and stop those rebels from taking Damascus. By all means, take Damascus. This war is literally dragging on too long at this point. I can't. It's starting to send me back. I've spent like a whole tech level of Diplo points keeping my people A. That is a serious issue. It's wars like this that really kill you when you start to fall behind, because you spend everything to win the war and then you get into another war and you never really recover. 13 months, then the Ottomans are gone. Good. Seems kind of mean of me hoping that my ally leaves the war, but yeah, got some soldiers coming in. Syrian separatists. Nope. What Syrian separatists? I didn't see any Syrian separatists. Did you guys? There we go. The Ottomans took land. Okay. It's actually not as bad as it sounds. Because I'm going to be able to take the rest of the coast. So they'll be stuck anyway. And because I have like 90 favors with them, they should be... if I can keep the trust raised, they should stay happy with me, like not break the alliance. It's just a matter of not having them break the alliance prior to that. That was sneaky. I was afraid they might do that. Annoying. More for me, yes, in a sense. More of a risk that the Ottomans desire my provinces that I'm going to take. I think you got to be above 90, and I'm not there yet. Actually, we might do for creation at this point. Yeah, it gets me manpower. And get some manufactories built. All I need to do is take Damascus here. We're good. I'm basically just going to take this. Anything that gets me further down the coast. That's the goal. And then obviously not dying to a coalition would also be quite good. We're gonna go trade ideas. I don't know if I actually want to boost the loyalty of merchants. This usually never pays off, but I'm gonna go with the admin. Tends to not be effective for me. Come on. Also, other problem, the war goal got taken by somebody else, so right now it's down to just occupation, and they're reoccupying. And I can't march past their forts. Thank you, Ottomans, for really trying to screw me over. Oh, cat is back. Seriously, what's it going to take this fort? There we go. Okay, fort taken. I need a diplomat. I need to make sure I do not lose this Ottoman alliance. That would be a serious problem. My gosh, I'm only going to be able to take like 2 provinces. I'm still risking a coalition. I can't take anything, really, can I? I could force them to release Syria and then attempt to get Syria as a subject, but Syria will be... I can't create subjects while at war. I should have thought this through. I really should have created Syria. I just didn't expect the Ottomans to mess me up that much. I suppose 1 province is better than nothing, right? Not great, but... No thanks to you, Ottomans. No thanks to you. Yeah, they want my provinces. Oh boy. That's a pain. Oh well. That's the problem when your ally takes your war goal as part of their peace deal. Seriously. It's annoying. So far I'm fine. I'm going to keep the alliance. It's just annoying. I mean, I've built quite an empire, haven't I? I mean, we've made it all the way to the Mediterranean. I think that's worth it. I think I'm going to get rid of Luristan here. They're not really contributing anything at this point. Oh, well, I still got an hour. I thought I was hitting 3 hours of streaming already, but no, just 2. I need tech. And more importantly, I also need to start deving for the next institution, which I'm going to do in Sava here, because that is the best one right next to Tehran. Etron, I think, technically, but 5% cheaper, or no, definitely tech. Definitely tech. Okay. 28% to colonialism. It's gonna slow down once I start annexing Luristan. They're just bleeding money. Why are you losing so much money? It's the forts and a vassal fee. Wow. I guess they're never gonna be prosperous. Alright. Make it easy on me. Join my nation. Join the great Ajamese Ajam Empire. I guess it's Persian still, technically, but okay, let's get that favors with the Ottomans back up. I don't want you to desire any of my lands. Keep the Ottomans happy. That's the rule here. Keep the Ottomans happy, put as many points as possible into this, and drill like it's going out of style. What? You... 3 privileges? No way. Could do this one. Put a shipyard in, I think. let's take a break from conquering, see what's going on in the world. Poland, Lithuania is a thing, but Austria and Poland's also a thing, which is interesting. Hungary and Bohemia under Austria. So we got Austria-Hungary, basically. Cool. England did not lose its land in France, interestingly enough. That weakens France. Austria has expanded into France. Looks like France is going to die to an Austrian-English alliance, which is an interesting thing. Although they're not allied. Portugal really conquered Morocco. Anything else surprising? Pomerania is a little interesting. Basically, Austria's doing really well. Let's just leave it at that. Austria's doing really well, and it doesn't look like Muscovy is doing that well. It's tough to say. I suspect they're doing okay. We're a great power, which is cool. We're this larger than Portugal. Yeah, keep them friendly, backstab them later. That's totally the goal. If we get lucky, they get the Ottoman Decadence event. If not, I just out-tech them. And once I conquer, once this is all integrated, I'm going to be, massive. I'll be keeping up with them in size. Persia is also not that bad of an area to develop in some areas. You get a lot of drylands in certain places, and you get a lot of money from trade. So. I suppose I could have devved my capital there, but it's always cheaper to save your capital dev for a later institution. That lovely negative 18.3 due to total development. It's very nice. Sure, I guess I can help in a war if I can get there. Getting there is going to be the tough point. I suppose if they can control the crossing, I'll help them. Otherwise, I'll leave them to suffer on their own. As Persia, I get missions, from what I remember, to invade Arabia, especially right where Hormuz is. Which makes it a prime target for conquering. Hello, you. You don't like me. You're a subject of the Ottomans. Basically, we have 3 years till we can fight the Mamluks, and 4 years till we could call in the Ottomans. And during that time, we got to make sure a coalition doesn't kill us. Which could happen. You know what? I don't want to deal with him. Oh, you mean like Imperator or something where Thrace beats Macedon? That's always an interesting one. Bit unlucky of Oman here. Oh, I could vassalize Oman as well. I might actually do that. I think I will vassalize Oman. That gives me claims on this entire, or it'll give me cores to feed back to Oman in a mission. So if I do it right, it'll work. We're still annexing Luristan. We're almost done. The problem is I don't actually know if I'm going to get Oman before Luristan is annexed. Probably not. Because I'm at war, I can't do a alliance either. The other thing I need to do is definitely put cannons in my armies. That'll start it. I'm still very disappointed about the whole end development on Imperator. It was like Crusader Kings, but combined with EU4 and with some class. Interesting events, missions, decisions. Really good. Although, to be fair, if they rolled some of that dev team into stuff like CK3 or EU4, it's going to improve those games a lot as well. So, it might not be a bad thing. It's just unfortunate. Lots of potential. We're having some money issues. Too many forts. I suppose I can't get rid of that one. I can get rid of this one. I'll get rid of that one. Just there's no reason to have 3 forts in 2 provinces, really. 3 forts in 3 provinces, sorry. 3 forts in 1 area. So you got exiled somehow. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to get Oman here as a subject. I suppose I could curry favors with them, right? No, that would not be productive. Yeah, we're not going to get them as a subject anytime soon. Something to remember for later, I guess. I'd love to subject these guys, but their economic base, once they have Musquat here, is really, really big. I don't think I've ever successfully vassalized Hormuz peacefully. I could attack these guys with that capital province. What have I got for A on me? Enough, the Mamelukes could join a coalition, and I do have only a truce for 1 year. But if I'm at war, that's going to go down anyway. Be right on the line. Those guys could join a coalition. They 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 can't. Question is, how much do I fear these small desert nations? Not a lot. I guess I'll start the war. I'm not the biggest fan of this idea, but... I need that to form Persia, so at this point it makes sense to go for it. Yeah, everything does come at a cost. Really? You took that fort? How annoying you are today, AI. Also, I'm trying a run here where I'm not raising autonomy as much. Otherwise, I wouldn't be having these rebel issues, but I'd be a lot poorer in the process. Again, trade-offs all around. Problem with getting rid of that fort is I now no longer have a fort preventing access around there until I had to get Fars. And I gotta, yeah. That was inevitably gonna happen. I don't want to join this war, but I have to. Oh, okay. Timurids are not in the war. That's going to be easier then. Still a pain, but it's going to be easier. My capital province gives me 1 gold a month. Or not my capital, my developed one. It's literally the difference between me making money and me going broke. 1 province, basically. It's kind of sad. Coalition Simulator. It's getting there, isn't it? Certainly Coalition Puzzler, trying to figure out are they going to kill me or not. Well, I'm not going to get Oman as a subject because Hormuz is going to take him out. Sure. We can get through the next month without the Mamluks forming a coalition. We're safe. We did. Okay. We are not going to die to a coalition today. These guys altogether are not going to be capable of killing me, so... Not with Ottoman support. I mean, that's the key. Ottoman support. Ottomans just make a world of difference in almost every situation. Oh, Oman is not dead. Oman holds 1 province. I might actually be able to subject them now. Now that they no longer count as a neighboring nation. Although why they did before is unclear. It's worth a shot, I mean. Getting a subject that I could then feed a corner of Arabia to. Best part is lack of aggressive expansion. Oh, yeah, I'm over my governing capacity. I should probably take that into account. There we go. That might have been why I was having a little bit of issue. Yeah, that makes a world of difference. Amazing how one little thing can mess you up. I can get that just with improving relations. Too big to fail, at least soon enough. I'm always hesitant to say that because I know how fast you can conquer all of Persia, but pretty good on that front at the moment. The best part is because I'm allied to these guys and I now have the subject, I should be able to demand that Hormuz start to return land to Oman. Which basically means I can steal land from an ally. That is the one thing I do like from the curry favor mechanic, is the ability to steal land peacefully. It was, I think that part at least was a good change. That part at least was a very good change. And that should give me... Yeah, I need 800 gold now. The religious border gore in the Middle East is... a real issue. There's kind of no way around it. The border gore out here is awful. I have 92 favors with Hormuz already. Wow. That's going to be some nice land returned to my new subject, isn't it? $100% favors. I don't think I've ever got 100 favors with the new mechanic. It's too worthwhile to spend it. Return core province. I just forced them to return a 15 development, center of trade from that. Wow, so much for your empire. I'm gonna peacefully dismantle these guys. If I can. Oh, that's their capital. There we go. I kind of feel sorry for them, but at the same time, I really don't. This is just glorious. There we go. And that's how you peacefully kill an ally. It's not like they have a choice. Yeah, it's just hilarious. Enforce religion though. I'm gonna make them Sunni. That way if I do take over their lands later on, it's less of an issue. We put on the fact that my ruler has ruled for... He was born in... He took over in 64. He's ruled for 50-something years. This guy is amazing. Bold fighter, trade, and martial educator. Or martial educator. That's pretty useful, honestly. Shame he's unhappy with me now. Oh well. I'm gonna start converting their land and they'll like me more. Yeah, it's kind of overpowered, but I mean, historically, you did have stuff like this happen where people would trade land to other people. So in that sense, it doesn't bother me too much. But at the same time, yeah, it is a little ridiculous. But it was also ridiculous how the AIs would never give up land outside of being conquered. I mean, historically, people returned land peacefully in return for favors and money. And yes, there was the Cell province, but it never was consistently useful. Like, it would fire pretty randomly sometimes. I'm going for your capital. Sorry about this. I just need to make sure not an issue and that I can form Persia. The game is going to get significantly easier for me once I form Persia. I think. Basically, like, peace and stuff was why France, like, never conquered stuff outside of France. It's like, if you look at, like, world history, France had the strongest military in Europe, and they didn't conquer anything outside of France. They did, I mean, sometimes. But unlike under Louis the Sun King, they were the strongest military in Europe. And they didn't, like, conquer the HRE. They didn't, like, take all of Italy and everything. They took parts, but because they never... Because they had relationships and marriages and stuff, they never really felt the need to. Kind of a weird... These games really are not realistic to, like, how much countries would have wanted to actually conquer stuff. Most noble lords never wanted to leave their castles for anything. Even for stuff like crusades. Reading a book about that. The amount of bribery it would take a noble to go on crusade, or unless they did something like horrible, was considerable. Yeah, that should be victory. Got it. Why did my war score drop despite winning a battle? Oh, my subject lost that fort. A little confused there for a moment. Come on, just a little bit more now. When I mean a little bit, I really mean a little bit more. I'll get the ticking war score, but the war is obviously going to be won by me. That should be Persia now. Having taken the whole stream to here just to get this land. Right, that's Persia. I just gotta core it. Yes. Okay. We're gonna get the nice green color soon. Yeah, they had to bribe them and stuff, or they'd pay them off. Oh yeah, well, Napoleon doesn't really count in terms of like medieval wars. His wars were most definitely not medieval wars. And I mean, that's why they have absolutism and the Imperial CB in this game, is so you get those conquests. Otherwise, you wouldn't get them, because historically, you really didn't. I mean, Alexander the Great conquest and the Romans ones were unusually large for the medieval pre-nationalism. Once you get nationalism, you get reasons to send people off to fight and die. You say it's for their country. You say it's their patriotic duty. I mean, it is. I'm not going to lie. A lot of the times it is. But prior to Napoleon, that concept never really was a serious thing. I guess the closest you might get were the Romans or the Greeks saying they were all Greek. That would probably be the next closest one. Okay, yeah, we need a mosque there. Got it. Revoke. I need to take away something from the nobles. Especially because they stopped my nice core creation. There we go. That guy died after a 60-something year reign, 62-year reign. That might be the longest reigning monarch I've ever had in this game. And he took the throne at like the age of 18 too. There was no regency. That is unusual to say the least. Very impressive. I don't even remember what your name was, former ruler, but you did a good job. Basically, all my conquests were in that one guy's lifetime. It's kind of crazy to think about. No, England did not take part of France. They started out with Normandy and married into the rest of France. That was part of the issue. It really wasn't a war of, like, the English versus the French, like we understand it. It was a war of the one generation or two generation removed English rulers who were French and spoke French and lived in France, fighting their cousins who were the rulers of France. It was a family squabble, pretty close to what the War of the Roses was. If England had conquered France, you would have probably seen England split from France in a couple of years, because there would have been a squabble over who owned the English throne versus the French throne, or England would have become part of France. Like, not much would have changed, I don't think. You'd have just had a different ruler on the throne. Time to form Persia. Dun, dun, dun. And yes, we will abandon our courts. We are now a feudal theocracy. Cool. I guess I'll invite minorities from abroad. I can technically do all these, right? Okay. So, Persian ideas. Morale, cavalry combat, manpower, goods produced, discipline, caravan power, production and prestige, manpower recovery, tax, and capping it off with army morale recovery. All very solid, but more importantly, because we're in the Age of Reformation for another 82 years, we get the Persian reinforcement, 30% reinforced cost, which will be super useful. And we get increased conversion. Not as useful, but still pretty good. And more importantly, we also get more states, so we're no longer overextended. Or, outside my governing capacity, I guess, technically. And we have missions. Honestly, they're not as impressive as Ajam's, but that's the way to go. I have to take that area. Okay. I'm honestly pretty happy with those conquests. Well, that was the easy part in some ways, forming Persia, because now the next hard part is actually conquering both Afghanistan, Transoxiana here, if I want to, or else it's really just go west. Interesting enough, I kept my permanent claims. Kind of cool. Unfortunately, Persia does not have anything amazing. You get like Herat here, development states, but you don't get some of the other modifiers. Like this one is going to be really strong when I get it. This is what makes Persia actually have a functioning economy in the game. It's like 20 development. I just have to take this area and then we can complete those. Hello, Average. Well, as you can see, my Persia game's going pretty well, too. A little disappointed on the sheer depth of missions, but it happens. I am going to work on annexing my other subjects, though. Oman here, the 7 development they had when they submitted to my rule are now up to 42 development. Gotta imagine they're pretty happy about that. Even if they do want independence. Free money. Here we go. Persia Shiism. You could do a Shia state, or I could do strength and diversity. So if you form Persia quickly, it's worth being Shia. But in my case, I am Sunni, and most of the Muslim world that I'm going to be conquering is Sunni. So we're going to stay Sunni. It's really not worth it for me. What Sunni scholar did I go for? You start with one if you start as Sunni. You start with Hanafi here, or Hanafi. If you swap to Shia, you get to pick your scholar. But since you start as Sunni, I just stayed with it. You can't change it, obviously, within your own religion. Let's get cheaper maintenance. There we go. Afghanistan has now rivaled me. They're doing pretty well, I would say. Obviously, right now, I have an immense superiority for my traditions and my ideas, but Afghanistan is no slouch. They've got some nasty stuff, and they're going defensive. We really need to take a break here and catch up in tech, because I'm starting to see a tech difference. And yes, I do have the next institution coming in, which means I'm going to fall further behind in the meantime. Slight break from the conquests here. Unless I get something like that. Reform the Navy. Hey, now it's worth spying on people. So, who is the most technologically advanced nation in the world? How the heck is the Naj? These guys here are like... These guys here are the most technologically advanced nation outside of, like, the Pope. That is hilarious. It's because I developed the institutions. They actually got them, but... No average. I am not going for the Zoroastrian achievement. I would have done things much differently in that case. I don't think there's any Zoroastrians left at this point. I got rid of them all. Plus, I've already got, I think, one of the Zoroastrian ones. I'm not sure which one you're talking about now, but I already got one of the Zoroastrian achievements. I know there's a new one. I haven't gotten that one, but I got the older ones. Speedy conversion of everything around me. That air is not that good. 8 air. He's got genius parents and he's an idiot. In some ways. I suppose I should replace them. Well, the Timurids the Mughals have like, what, 33% cheap coring cost? It's kind of ridiculous. Not as crazy as the Ottomans, but it's right up there. Okay. I think it's time to start plotting on against the Mamluks here. Try and let the AE out here tick down. Some of these, like the AQ, I'm gonna literally have to kill because they're never gonna like me. Let's get rid of not strong duchies, levies, and then put in primacy. There we go. Got all the bonus military points coming in. What the heck are the Ottomans doing? Oh, they're attacking these guys. I'll give them that. Okay, I don't have to be concerned the Ottomans are straying into my territories. Although, I could... No, I can't go after these guys yet. I was gonna say, I need Tabriz here and Khoi. These two. Can't get there just yet. Yeah, that's not abnormal average. That's why you go admin ideas. Admin ideas are a necessity for any large conquest in this game. Claim on Damascus. Let's see how Protestant Catholics are doing. I would say Protestantism is struggling at the moment. Wouldn't you guys? I'm sure it'll do much better as time moves forward, but it's not doing amazing yet. Reform just started, so they've got another, what, 40, 50 years till they got to deal with the Holy Wars. Enough time for Protestantism and the Reformed faith and Anglicanism to horribly destabilize the world. What's the ranking in terms of the best ideas? Depends what you need. If you're trying to do a world conquest, admin ideas is, I think, #1, just because you need the cheaper coring. And then I think it's influence for the cheaper diplomatic annexation cost. Basically, if you're trying to do a world conquest or mass conquest, you want to avoid military ideas because you really want to fight your own battles. But if you're not good enough to be able to win without fighting your battles, like I've been using the Ottomans to win my hardest wars, you need to take a military idea usually first. The order I tend to do is... One second. The order I tend to do is defensive for the morale, and defensive is probably one of the best idea groups anyway. Admin is only really good for the core cost and the governing capacity. The tech is nice, but everything else in here is really useless. Diplo is good. If you don't want to be constantly improving relations, though, espionage, 20% aggressive expansion is really solid too. People underestimate that. The other reason it's great is because of the 10% yearly corruption reduction really helps when you're a mass empire. It saved me from going bankrupt multiple times. Those are... My ranking is obviously defensive, then probably admin, then probably Diplo, unless you're going to use subjects, in which case influence. Then probably offensive is solid. It gives you everything you could need. Then there's different ways to play. That's the thing. If you want to conquer as fast as possible, religious is the best because you get Deus Volt. But in terms of saving monarch points in the long run, admin is better. So it can be 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. The thing you want to avoid is quantity ideas early on. You want to avoid maritime and naval ideas. Unless you're colonizing, you want to avoid expansion and exploration. And you got to make a choice between religious ideas or humanist ideas early on. They should be one of your first idea groups if you take. And really, innovative is only good if you're going to play like Korea or an Italian republic. Outside of that, I wouldn't take it on almost anyone. Good for MP, though. Aristocratic is kind of a niche one. It can be solid on some. Poland is a particularly strong one. And quality is late game for sure. And trade is good if you get a lot of trade power. Yeah, in that case, if you struggle with corruption, espionage is really useful. Obviously, the way to deal with that is to up your corruption reduction. And not to get unbalanced in tech, which I know can be tricky. So yeah, there's lots of different reasons why you would take stuff, but you hardly will ever go wrong with defensive ideas, economic ideas, espionage ideas, quality ideas. Whenever you take those, they're all really good. So don't worry too much about those. Defensive ideas are stronger early on. I did not want to take that. I'm an idiot. Okay. Well, I get additional missionary strength. I want to get the tech. I don't want to keep wasting monarch points. I want to get the institutions so I can get the tech, so I stop wasting monarch points. Trying to think about too many things at once here. Sorry. Really, you want to pick your ideas based off your play style. My play style is strong, powerful armies that can usually one-on-one the enemy armies or one-on-two, combined with steady expansion, reducing corruption, increasing money, and if I can, using subjects, as shown by my use of Oman. We're going to give Oman back this province too once we get a chance. We're going to strip Hormuz basically down to nothing, and we're going to do it all while at peace. There we go. I think I'm actually going to do... Oh, you know what? I'll start Persian reinforcement. Might as well take it. I rarely ever take it. That should be, yep, institution and tech. Shame my spy recently got caught, though. One of the things, if you want to get better at the game, though, once you hit Militech 9, or Diplotech 9, always have a spy spying on one of the most technologically powerful nations. It's basically free monarch points. If you lose a couple relations with a nation, you're probably going to want to kill anyway, and you get tons of monarch points over the course of a game. Spying on them is basically, it was like a 6 or 7% tech discount for my admin tech. How are we doing? A long way to go there. Long way to go down here, too. I need some improved relation reduction stuff. That's gonna be an issue, actually, here. Yes. Go down if you can. Well, they've got 52, I've got 40. The Ottomans have 700 development, I have 400. And they haven't expanded much at all. The Ottomans, for you, the only nation that has excess monarch points to spend improving their lands, if they don't expand. Although they got a pretty bad ruler there. Unusual for the Ottomans. 422. Usually they're higher. Usually they're like this, 536. That government form is just broken. It's because I've got how many hours in this game? 4,300 hours. I probably couldn't play this in my sleep, but pretty close. Oddly enough, I've never actually dreamed of EU4 playing it. It's just a matter of practice and competency, knowing what you can and cannot get away with. Like, I was right on the edge there. Once that first coalition forms, if you saw that part, I had to attack, otherwise I was going to probably die. And knowing that, I had a plan. I had the Ottomans as backup. I had professionalism as backup, so I could sustain a war longer than my manpower would normally be able to. I attacked while I could, take advantage of the fact that 1 on like 3 I could win. Learning how to do that makes the difference. To be fair, like every major EU4 player, I've also just left the game running for hours, so it's probably about 4,000 hours total, though. 300 hours has probably just been on. Can I kill you? I could. It's really not worth it, though. I want to finish out the Persian Azerbaijan here. And then if I consolidate this, I get claims on a lot. And then once I subdue that, I get claims elsewhere. There's a lot of claims I can get. Obviously, I've got a choice. I can go west or I can go east. And the game wants you to go east. I want all of these provinces, Ottomans, just so you are aware of this fact. This is another thing a lot of people underestimate as well, is the provinces of interest. It works. If I had done that on my first war, the Ottomans might not have taken that land I wanted. Oh, wait, don't attack the Ottomans. That would be dumb. Oh, you're probably not going to get good at EU4 until you've hit 1,000 hours. You could, if you watch guides and study how people play and stuff. A lot of people like watching my stuff because I talk about what I'm doing when I do it. But as you can see, I've got like 4 or 5 irons in the fire. I'm spying on the Pope to get cheaper tech. I am raising in relations with Hisin Khefa here, so I can annex them. I'm raising relations with Ardalan, so I'm already annexing them. I'm slowly stealing stuff from Hormuz. I'm making sure the Ottomans don't rebel on me. I'm keeping an eye on my AE and trying to catch up in tech. And I am keeping track of all of those pretty simultaneously in my head. It's why I keep opening menus for a moment and then closing them. It's not that I'm just randomly clicking. It's that there is a plan here. And the plan is constantly checking up on what I need to do when I need to do it. And I just spied the fact that I can attack these guys, and the only people I'd be fighting would be the QQ, which means I can probably safely steal some land, because these guys are all happy with me now to some degree. Just don't conquer things and avoid coalitions until you're good at the game, basically. You want to watch crazy stuff? Go watch my Russia series on the Emperor patch. Coalition and AE become a number. That's telling you something. I just got some more land. Some lovely bunch of land has joined the Persian Empire. I don't need the Ottomans for this war. I most definitely do not. It's not all muscle memory. I've gotten used to planning ahead, in all honesty. There is some muscle memory, but that's why I like pausable games, because I can just pause to keep track of where I am. Another thing is, don't overdo EU4. Like, it is absolutely easy to play too much of it, and then you get sloppy. And once you get sloppy, you make mistakes, and then you get mad. It's why I don't play this game, or I don't record it when I don't feel well, because it's just too annoying. And 3 hours is about my limit. I'm starting to lose track of what I'm doing. Take 10-15 minute break. I could probably do it another 2-3 hours with no trouble, but my voice is dying. I don't know if you can hear that, but my voice is pretty well shot after all that. And I'm going to lose that. Yep. That was defending. That was attacking on a fort with offensive versus the QQ, and I barely lost that because of pretty much just having morale. Once I get discipline, it'll become much easier for me. I've got enough morale to take me to the end of the game. Once I get morale, discipline, I'll be all set. So, 2 more ideas. Multitasking is taxing. It's why I have not yet done a world conquest. Not because I'm not capable of it. Quite a few people who are less capable at the game have done it. I just don't have the patience or the energy. Like, if I was trying to do a world conquest, I'd also probably be invading Baluchistan or something. I'd be chaining my truces. But honestly, the Prussia series I did, where I fought basically all of Europe several times, was exhausting. I put down the game for like 2 months after that series. It just wore me out too much. And that was recording only like 20 minutes or an hour a day. Crazy. It's like playing speed chess. Yeah. I'm probably going to separate piece the QQ here for those 2 provinces if I can. Ooh. A bit too much. If I do that, I really want Riz. The problem is, it's such a valuable province. The other thing to do, if you don't know it, is to study up a bit on the difference between morale and discipline, and why using morale early on versus using discipline early on, why it makes such a big difference. Let's see. I think I'm going to go trade ideas here for money. Persia is an extraordinarily wealthy trade node if you steer trade to it. So, trade ideas, very rarely a bad idea, because I get caravan power. Yeah, it's why I'm trying to play other games on my channel too, rather than just Paradox games, because they are tiring. That's the reality of it. I love them. EU4 is probably my favorite or second favorite game of all time, but it is exhausting. Do I risk this? I think I do, just so I can regress. On the other hand, if I leave the QQ vulnerable, the Ottomans are going to take them out. They will 110% take this land. I might have to just isolate Tabriz and leave them alive. I'm thinking of doing that. Yeah, that's going to be better. Risks a Mamluk coalition. If I wait till next year, they can't join a coalition, though. Yeah, well, obviously EU4 predates Imperator, but yes. It still uses the same fighting mechanics. There we go. And just what I did there was I'm dancing right on the edge of what the Mamelukes will get for AE. Anything above 50, they'll join a coalition. So if I keep them 49, they can't. Although they can be called into as an ally in a war, which is always a risk. That's why I did what I did there, waited, and now I've cut off the Ottomans from any Eastern expansion, which is key to a good Contain the Ottomans game. And that means this area is going to be mine as well. Do you notice I'm kind of just cementing areas of the world to conquer later on? That is definitely something to do if you want to get better at conquering. Isolate nations. Like, the QQ here is now pretty much unconquerable. They'll get invaded by the Great Horde, but I'm not worried about that. But I've cut them off from both the Mamluks, the Ottomans, and so far the Russians aren't here yet. And that means I can take them out at my leisure. Same thing with Fars down here. Much easier to conquer nations when they're isolated. Plus, if they're isolated, they get less allies. So it's easier to take them out then. And there's other stuff like aggressive expansion is higher in the HRE. I think it's like 50% higher. And then it's higher within your religion and then in your culture group, which means conquering stuff in the HRE is pretty much the highest AE I think you can get in the game for like simple conquests. It's pretty ridiculous. Am I looking forward to the new Victoria 2 game? Or Vicky 3? I think it's Victoria 3 now, because I have to. I did not like Victoria 2. I know it's heresy to say I absolutely despised Victoria 2. It's definitely my least favorite of the Paradox games I've played. Outside of stuff like Age of Wonders, which is barely a Paradox anyway. I control the leading producer of silk. I have 8 silk provinces. I can get trade steering plus 20 and 2 mercantilism for the rest of the game. It's not worth using now. The longer I wait to use that, the bigger benefit I will get out of it. I want to steer trade once trade becomes more valuable. Oh yeah, I should probably kill these guys off, huh? I wait 1 year and the Mamelukes again cannot join the coalition. Oh yeah, they had Austria-Hungary. They had both Bohemia and Hungary as subjects, and they're now finally annexing them. But they also beat up France, and they got lucky with the Burgundian inheritance. They are doing really well, actually. I've never seen the AI get past 3 reforms prior to the Holy War. So yeah, this is an expert level Austria. Conquering Poland. Did they fight the Ottomans? No, it looks like they've avoided direct war right now. There will be obviously war right here. To be honest, I don't know who I want to win. Because if Austria wins, they're going to take Greece. And if they take Greece, they're going to be probably about 10 times harder to kick out of Greece than the Ottomans, who have no allies other than me. It's always the tough balance between you want your enemies not to do well, but at the same time you want them to do well. Yeah. We don't want game permanent modifiers. Another thing I've done is I set up the monopolies early on, because as monopolies go on, they're getting me more and more mercantilism, which of course boosts your trade power, which is getting me more trade. So by sacrificing some little bits of money over the course of the game, in exchange for large chunks of money. And now if I took over a monk, there we go. The Mameluke should not be able to join the war. I did not take the land though. I'm an idiot. They have no allies though, so it's just a matter of waiting. That was dumb. Well, on the other hand, it means I can conquer somebody else. I could probably actually attack the Mamelukes themselves soon. I couldn't beat them one-on-one yet, but what I can do is go after these guys. Probably. Oh, they're killing the Timurids. Do I want the Timurids land? Kind of. Actually, I should probably hit Afghanistan while they're weak, because they're only going to get stronger. Hello, Tian. You're a couple days early, Tian, but you're 1 day early. Oh, actually, your time, it's gonna be it. So yes, thank you. 4th of July and all that, right? I didn't think about that. Depending where you are in the world, it's already the 4th of July. So for me, I still got multiple hours until 4th of July. Okay, so another thing for those who are still wanting to learn the game a bit better. So this event, two of a kind, comes up periodically. You have the choice between a 50% advisor, which if you can afford a 50% off a level 3 advisor, which is expensive. It's like 3 or 4 gold a month. This one is better to take. As long as your advisor survives 50 months, you make more stuff. But if your advisor doesn't survive 50 months, the chunk of 50 admin power is better. In my case, I'm actually going to go with the 30%, or the, sorry, it's actually 6. I guess I already added 50%. Otherwise, it's 12. So long as your advisor survives more than 50 months, so a little over 4 years, it's more advantageous to take the cheaper advisor. But if you can't afford the advisor, the chunk of monarch points is never a bad thing. So, anyhow, I'm always more than willing to answer questions, so sorry if I did disappear into teaching a little periodically. Oh, these idiots gave autonomy to these guys. Darn. It's going to make it a lot harder to convert that region. They just converted them to Orthodox. Okay. That's one idea group done, finally. I've got multiple hours to go. I've got about 2 minutes left on this stream, so if anybody has any questions, I'm probably not going to start any wars or anything. So if you've got questions, by all means, this is the perfect time to ask them while I'm not doing much. Just checking out, making sure everything is functioning in my realm. Okay. Clearing up the last bits here. If you guys got any questions, I'll be happy to answer them. Wow. And make sure everything's functioning properly. Okay. I'll assume that no one has any questions, I guess. And I'll join that war. Because I have to. That's actually going to be free land, so I might go to the end of this war here, because I'm going to get some more territory. Okay, who am I technically fighting? Well, I'll take the merchant. More trade steering, always a good idea. I can take out Fars here, that would help a lot. It would make my nation look much nicer too. Interesting. I definitely need to get a fort going here because people are just walking around my mountain range. These guys. Thankfully, there's nothing out here. This is trash land, but I don't like it. I don't like enemies being able to stroll halfway around my country. Oh yeah, this is pretty good. A little bit slow due to a couple mistakes with wars and stuff. The alliances went a bit bizarre at points, but it's not bad. I mean, for 15 something, this is a pretty good start. I'm reasonably happy with it. Oops. Royal marriage with the Ottomans failed. So probably next stream I'm going to invade. Actually, I might start that now. Invading Afghanistan. Yeah, I'm going to start invading Afghanistan at the moment. Because Afghanistan is an enemy. And right now they don't have any allies. I can go straight for the capital. 13, one ally of Transoxana, which is not a huge threat. And I can call in the Uzbek. Yeah, well, if I can get this province right here, Fasa, that's a choke point. It should defend this whole area. I got it. There we go. Got the choke point. I just gotta hope the ally didn't kill me with that coalition. They got pretty close, actually. Thank you, game, for really kind of screwing me over there. Trust. I think I've stolen all the land that Oman has claims on, actually. Okay. They do that, they get a permanent claim on this area. If I make sure Oman isn't in debt, they might build up to a force limit eventually. That's what I was afraid of. Mamluks have joined a coalition versus me. Okay. Congrats. Yeah, I am going to be in a little bit of trouble here, actually. I'm going to obviously win this war. The issue is if the Mamelukes attack. The Ottomans could be in a better position. Oops, who just joined? Gazamuk up there joined. Great Horde just joined. Yeah, this is what I was worried about. 15, 42. I'm 41, so they probably won't attack, but I am in another war. Not necessarily a good position to be in at the moment, but I think I'm gonna have to call that here because I do have stuff I got to do today. Thankfully, Afghanistan itself shouldn't be a threat. I just got to make sure whatever I take doesn't trigger a mass coalition. I really wasn't expecting the AI to give me 3 valuable provinces. It happens. That's always something to watch out for, the AI ability to screw you over. So, that's it for me. I'll probably survive this coalition without a war, but if it is, we're in a great spot to defend, really. We've got forts with 67% fort defense in some areas. I'm not too worried. So, thank you guys all for watching. That will be it for the stream. I may or may not be streaming this next week. One of my other friends and I may be doing either Vermintide or a different game on Twitch. So we'll have to see. But I definitely will come back to this. I do want to complete it. We're probably about a third of the way there. Obviously, the Ottomans is going to be like half of it. So thanks for watching. Glad you enjoyed the stream. Nice to see you guys all showing up. And